He makes me lie down in green pastures and leads me beside still waters. And he shall refresh my soul and guide me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You spread a table before me in the presence of those who trouble me. You have anointed my head with oil, and my cup shall be full. Surely goodness and loving mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So that is where Rita is now. She's in the house of the Lord forever. But that's where she is now. Let's just have a quick look on her life as it was. I've got quite a lot to get through right now, so if I talk a bit fast, I apologise. She had a long life and so much to cover in it. So Rita was born on the 7th of April, 1932, to Edith and Thomas Butcher, and originally lived in Main Street before moving to Barnsley Road in Woolwich. Rita had one brother called Roy. For education, Rita attended Barnsley Road, John Street, and what was then known as Woolwich Middle School, which most of you will know as Woolwich High School. Rita loved dancing, and that is how she met her husband, Hugh, on a Saturday dance night held at Woolwich Bars. Rita and Hugh married on the 12th of May, 1951, and lived on Barnsley Road, before moving to a bungalow on Uden Road, where they lived for the best part of 50 years. Rita and Hugh were married just a few months short of 60 years. They had 2 children, a daughter called Linda, and a son called Paul. Rita and Hugh loved going out and could always be relied upon to be Saturday night regulars at either the Reform Club, Station Lane Club, or the Catholic Club, affectionately known then as the Padders, and enjoyed many family holidays. Blackpool in the early days, before later venturing further afield to the likes of Jersey, Spain, and Tenerife. In the early days of Rita's working life, she worked at the CAG factory in Barnsley, but a major role was spent as a teacher's assistant at the Gables Special School on Bonfield Crescent, looking after disabled children with severe learning difficulties, where she worked for well over 30 years. Following the death of her husband Hugh in 2011, Rita found herself starting to go on holiday with her son Paul and his wife Kirsty to Scotland, sometimes going up to 2, 3 or even 4 times a year, for a good number of years, during which time they literally toured every square mile of the Scottish Highlands. After nearly 20 years of being together, Paul and Kirsty finally married in 2016 and made the decision to move permanently to Scotland. And shortly afterwards, Rita made the 500 plus mile journey to join them in their new Highlands home, just some 20 miles south of John O'Groats. In 2024, mainly for health reasons, for need of extra care, Rita moved into Barchester Seaview House care home in Wicks, and that's the reason why we are live streaming today, so those at the care home can join us in this. Although initially unsure, Rita quickly settled into a new surrounding and would openly admit to thoroughly enjoying life there, making new friends with the So to the people from the care home, to the staff and residents, we apologise to Gail, the manager, and for Rita and a friend of Tommy. In addition to being a wife and mother, Rita was also a grandmother, a great-grandmother, an auntie, and a friend. Sadly, some of Rita's friends have now passed, but others remain, including Pat, Maureen, Beryl, Betty, Sheila. With Rita doing her best to keep in touch with them through letters and phone calls to them, Rita will be sadly missed. And now we have some words from the care home as well, from Gail, the manager, titled Our Beautiful Rita Tingle. From the day she arrived, she became a real character and the most caring soul. Rita was always clear in her mind what she wanted in life. She made her room her own little home from home, having it set out exactly as she wanted it. Over her time in CU, she collected many photos of staff and their children, and all those who held a special place in her heart. She developed beautiful friendships, in particular with groups who she shared a lot of time with. But she didn't just become a friend. They were two older adults who could relate to one another. Rita would encourage others to be the best version of themselves. She enjoyed many activities and trips during her time. A fond memory that they had was going swimming. She took a trip to Tesco's to buy a swimsuit, but this entailed sending many photos back to the staff to pick a right one. Not without a bit of humour, of course. When she asked me to send a picture of her holding a leopard print bikini, and we told staff that this is what she had picked. We had lots of laughs and fun in the process before settling on a swimming costume version of that leopard print. Staff back at the home felt sure she would come back in the bikini, so when they see the print, they all laughed, which gave us so much fun. This emphasises Rita's fun personality and always looked for a laugh. She was more like a friend to the staff than a resident. And we mentioned that she enjoyed her outings, and there was far too many of them to mention. But her most memorable trip was to Altney, where she used a mobility scooter to explore all the tourist areas as independently as possible. Rita reflected fondly on all her experiences, some of which she never thought she'd ever experience in life, let alone in a care home. For Rita, family was everything to her. She was incredibly proud of her son Paul and her daughter-in-law Kirsty. Even though Rita lived in CU, she was incredibly proud that Paul attended to her beck and call, and that they phoned each other daily. And it was always delighted when he came to visit. But she loved to show him off as well. And say, my Paul, she called him family. She was delighted when her grandson did a fundraising event for the resident fund at CU. And she cherished a picture of him doing his cycle and was delighted when some of the youngest staff told her that he was a bit of a catch. But she was always straight on it, saying, ain't he just? But reminded them that he was off the market. Rita attracted many visitors of others who would also come in and say hello when they went to visit their loved ones. She would also give them an update on how they had been since their last visit. Rita developed a beautiful friendship with Jessie, her best friend. They sat together every day and enjoyed each other's company. They would share stories and help each other do their puzzles together to keep their brains active. When Jessie became unwell, Rita was very sad. She spent some time with her in her final hours, which was special to Rita, to have the opportunity to say goodbye, not to a lifelong friend, but to her most recent and cherished friend. Jessie's family had a custom cushion made for Rita, and she attended her funeral as part was one particularly young one that got a type frolicking when she told Rita that she had a piercing done on her days off. In typical granny style, Rita gave her the third degree about respecting herself and what a stupid thing to have done. But after all the lecturing, she told her it was actually quite pretty and suited her. Rita loved the staff like they were her own. She to our commendation. Before I do that, if you look on the back, you see yet another lovely picture of Rita as she's reunited with her beloved husband Hugh. So when we finish here in church, that's what we're going to go and do. We're going to reunite their earthly bodies once again. And the family would also like to thank everyone for their kindness shown to them at this sad time, and warmly welcome guests to Hilly's Golf Club for the refreshments after the service, where you can also continue to share your memories of Rita as well. And so there are donations at the end as well, which will most gratefully be received for our church for the work that we do with the children here. So let us commend Rita to the mercy of God, our Maker and Redeemer. God, our Creator and Redeemer, by your power Christ conquered death and entered into glory. And we entrust Rita to your mercy,